Hi, I'm going to be demonstrating problem E11-10, which can be found on page 519 in your text or in the Connect Assignments folder in the Chapter 11 Practice Problems in the Chapter 11 folder in Blackboard. If you have not yet read Chapter 11 or watched the interactive presentation for Chapter 11 in Connect, please stop this demonstration and do so, then come back later to view it. I chose this problem to demonstrate because it deals with dividends for both common and preferred stockholders. Let's take a moment to review. You may recall that preferred stock is different from common stock in a few ways. First of all, it provides for different voting rights, which can mean no voting rights or super voting rights. It depends on how the preferred stock is designed. Second, dividends on preferred stock are paid at a fixed rate, as a percent on par value for par value stock, or a certain dollar amount per share for no par stock. And third, preferred stock carries priority over common stock, or preference over common stock. If it's strictly a current dividend preference, then preferred dividends must be paid to preferred stockholders before paying any dividends to common stockholders. Common stockholders get what's left after the set preferred dividend is distributed. If the preference is cumulative, then if all or part of a current dividend is not paid in full, the unpaid amounts accumulate. These are called dividends in arrears. They are not payables or liabilities. Liabilities don't come into play until a board of directors actually declares a dividend, but they do accumulate, and they must be noted or revealed in the notes to the financial statements. And these cumulative unpaid amounts must be paid before any common dividend can be paid. Okay, let's look at our problem now. Our problem states that the records of Hoffman Company indicate that they have common stock, par of $12 per share with 40,000 shares outstanding, and preferred stock, 8%, par value of $10 per share, 6,000 shares outstanding. That was as of December 31st, 2015. On January 1st, 2016, the Board of Directors was considering the distribution of a $62,000 cash dividend. No dividends were paid during 2014 and 2015. Okay, they want to know how much should be paid to the preferred and how much should be paid to the common. First of all, we want to assume that the preferred stock is non-cumulative, which means it has just the current dividend preference. Let's find out how much the preferred stockholders should get. We would multiply 8%, 0.08, times the par value of 10 per share. That will give us 80 cents per share dividend, times 6,000 shares for a total of $4,800. Again, 8% times the par value of $10 per share times the number of shares outstanding. That gives us $4,800. The common stockholders would get whatever's left. So $62,000 minus $4,800 gives us $57,200 paid to the common stockholders. With the non-cumulative or just current dividend preference, the preferred stockholders get just the current year's dividend and the common get whatever's left. To find the per share amounts, we would take the total and then divide by the number of shares outstanding. So 4,800 divided by 6,000 shares would give us 80 cents a share. And 57,200 divided by 40,000 shares outstanding would give us $1.43 per share. Now let's see what would happen if the preferred stock is cumulative. Well, let's see if there are any dividends in the arrears, if there were any years during which dividends were not paid. And there are some. It says no dividends were paid during 2014 and 2015. that means that we would owe for both of those years plus the current year. In other words, 8% times $10 a share times 6,000, that would be 4,800 for 2014, 15, and 16. That would be 3 years. 3 years times 4,800 per year would come to a total of $14,400. Sorry. $14,400. That's $4,800 a year times 3 years. And the common stockholders would get whatever is left. So that would be $62,000 minus $14,400, or $47,600. Now, to find out how much it is per share, let's take 14,400 and then divide by the number of preferred shares, 6,000 shares, and that's $2.40 a share. And then for the common, $47,600, and divide by the number of common shares, 40,000 shares. And that's $1.19 a share. Now let's look at the next requirement. They want to know why were the dividends per share of common stock less for the cumulative preferred stock than the non-cumulative preferred stock. Well, it was because less money was available to the common stockholders because 2 years of dividends were in arrears, and they had to be paid before any dividends could be paid to the common stockholders. So the dividends in arrears on the preferred stock had to be fulfilled before dividends could be paid for the current year to the common stockholders. Now, what factors would cause a more favorable dividend, a higher dividend for the common stockholders? Well, that would happen if there were no dividends in arrears, like in situation A. In situation A, when the stock was non-cumulative and therefore dividends in arrears wouldn't matter, the common stockholders got more than the common stockholders in the situation where there were dividends in arrears. Also, more went to common when the stock was non-cumulative. They got $57,200 versus when the stock was cumulative, $47,600. So the other situation is when let's see. The preferred dividends were not cumulative. And then the final situation that would make it more favorable for the common would be if the entire dividend were greater. The total dividend distribution was increased. And that's the end of our problem. So you can try this as your practice problem in Connect, or you can go right to your homework problems. Have a great day.